Alright guys, next up, per request, is the 35 V3. Okay, so quick tips. Coil install, coil position. This atomizer is very subjective to coil position. So with 4.5 mil coils, what I do is I cut my leads to the posts at 3 millimeters. Quite short, however, that allows you to get them coils nice and low, close to the airflow. For me, that is my jam on the 35 V3. Okay, so 3 to 3.5 millimeter legs, tip them down so they are close but obviously not touching, and you are in business. That being said, let's wick this bad boy up. So 4.5 mil obviously is very close to a 5 mil coil. So you're going to use an adequate amount of cotton. I have ran 4 mil coils in this. I have ran 4.5 mil, both of which perform excellent. But for NLPWM and resistance purposes, I'm obviously going to run the biggest coil I can to get the most resistance I can. So this particular build is a 0.51. At 200, 210, it is money. Let's tip us down a little here.
You gotta click the looking button down.
There we go.
You gotta click this button. I'll show you how to button hop, okay?
I like that. Alright, so now we can see what we're doing here. Maybe make a little adjustment. We thought we had it, and then we realized we didn't. Alright, so there we go. So we got our strips of cotton. We've cut. Okay. Once again, approximately the width of the coil, maybe a little bit more on 4.5. Doesn't really matter. Okay? Just like anything else, you strip off that outer layer. For the guys that use, cotton candy or cotton bacon, stuff like that, I find that wicking and RTA with that stuff can be very difficult because the amount of cotton you're using is all subjective and very hard to replicate. So I use pads, but a quick stretch, a little tuck and roll. Come on, true. Again, a little resistance, nothing too crazy. Roll her up. Jam on. Stuff her on through. Alright, so we've got, really struggling here, sorry, let's get this over here. Alright, so we've got cotton in, alright, so what I do for my length of cotton is you have this O-ring down here. I actually use that ledge right here as my cut indicator. So come on down with your cotton, mark it. There's a reason why I left it at the length I left it. Okay, so what you got? You've got your cotton right down with that O-ring a little closer to the deck almost, or that ledge. Okay, spin around. Let's do the other side.
There's one. Oh, that's the second one. My turn. Really fit to do.
Okay, once again, cut right down to it. Okay, let's fluff her up. Again, with fluffing and breaking up your cotton, you're not really looking to take much away. You're just looking to break it up for the most part. Getting ready to rain outside, so we're getting some work done here. Apologize for the delay on these. Been a wee bit busy. Okay. Have our cotton pulled off. And that's what you're looking at right there. So now comes time to put it in. Alright, so there's a couple things I'd like to take note on. And that is that right here on this ledge, there's no step up to keep juice from going down through your airflow. And for some people that's a con. For me, it just is one little tweak. And I'll show you. So let's take our cotton. We're going to put our cotton in. And some people at first will say, well, that seems a little long. I'll show you why. Okay, so we're going to get our cotton in here. We want our cotton going in there as straight as possible so it's not overlapped. But, alright, so adequate amount of cotton, almost too much, right? And again, talking about that lip that's over here. What I do is I take whatever I'm wicking with and I'll put it behind the cotton like so and simply pull up ever so slightly. What that does, it creates that little gap right there. See how you can see right through to the other side? That's what you're looking for. That little drip loop, per se, is going to keep juice from coming out into your airflow. And also, makes your cotton just kiss the bottom. You don't want it stuffed or packed in there. You want contact with the bottom. You want adequate room for your cotton to be nice and spread out so it's fluffy. But that's it in a nutshell. So let's slap around the other side here. I would say out of all of the Voltroves, the 35 V3 and the 30 millimeter V3 are amongst the easiest atomizers to wick. And we're actually going to thin this a little bit. That's quite thick for some reason. Might be I was a little crooked when I cut it, but you do this a few times, you get very used to it. It's a very easy atomizer to build, to wick, and it's hella consistent. Very consistent. You know, with the other atomizers, if you bosh up your wicking a little bit, usually you'll notice it's a little muted. with this, it's really a great atomizer. Okay, once again we slide through the back, just lift up. Creates a little bit of a gap down at the bottom, but also offers that relief area where the cotton isn't just going to kind of condensate juice down into your airflow. This right there is ready to be juiced up and vaped, and hopefully anybody that has picked one of these up really enjoys it, because I think out of all of them, this is probably one of the easiest ones to build in Wick, but also very, very consistent, very forgiving. So hopefully this helps. We're off like a prom dress.